Please like this video, subscribe to the channel. When you click on the subscribe button below this video, you'll see a little bell. Click on the bell and you'll get future notifications.
It's amazing, but when you add Sylvia System with kvCore, it makes it just like seamless.
Sylvia Dana, like she's changed the game for myself and my team. She's made it super simple for me, and we've been able to get leads.
I have learned so many wonderful nuggets. Sylvia is teaching in step-by-step, common sense methods how you can improve your business.
So if you don't know me, I am Sylvia Dana with the Sylvia System. I am another real estate agent who is an active real estate agent. I sell real estate. I am a team leader. I have a listing coming up I'm going to tomorrow to get the pictures and set up. I have buyers I'm working with. So I'm an actual real estate agent. I don't just do setups. I'm not from another industry. I'm not from another area of real estate. I sell real estate. I've been with EXP since 2017. Some of you are not with EXP, might be within a different brokerage, and that's perfectly fine. I started out with Coldwell Banker. I have been on the Agent Advisory Council for EXP and just finished my 2-year term at the end of December. I've been helping agents with kvCore for a long time. And how that started was I was sick of seeing everybody complain about kvCore. And so I started helping, and I'm just the type of person, I see a need, I fill it, I try to help. I am a former teacher, and I'm also a former journalist, and I like to give information. I'm also a former digital marketing person. I know how to create websites and all that stuff. So I've got a lot of experience behind me, but I started teaching kvCore and it turned into this thing, and I didn't even mean for it to become what it's become. But let me just start with my story. If you see me tell the story before, it's fine. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. I just want to give you a little intro for those of you who don't know the story and don't know me and don't know kvCore. I started using kvCore very non-committally. I was using a different CRM called Realty Juggler, which is nowhere near the same type of product kvCore is. But when I came into EXP, we didn't have kvCore yet. It was just like, it's coming, it's coming. We had like Conversion, which is a version of kvCore. We had Sync, which to choose from. And I just heard this kvCore thing's coming. So I kind of played around with Conversion, but didn't do too much. And really stuck to using Realty Juggler to manage my database. When we got kvCore, I really just still wasn't all in with it. I was learning how to use it, and I started teaching people how to use it. But my theory was like, I'm just going to use this to generate leads. And it's really great for generating leads. I see that. I'm going to do that. And then I'll, once I have them like converted, I'll move them over to my other CRM. That was totally my thinking. And during this time, I did this little activity in which I went onto the Nextdoor app. Nextdoor is a kind of a Facebook for neighbors. And I posted a seller squeeze page, get your instant home value squeeze page from kvCore. And it said something like this. A lot of my friends asked me about the value of their home. So here's a little tool you can try out, test the value of your home. You might enjoy it. Take a look, something like that. And I got 150 leads in 3 days. And I was like, holy cow, my phone's like dinging with leads. I'm like, this is fun. Getting leads is super cool. But I didn't do anything with those leads. Not one thing. A couple months later, I decided to clean them up because I realized I had a lot of duplicates. I had just an address, or I had some that had a name with a phone number. Maybe I had an email too, etc. And then when I cleaned them all up, I realized I had 98 good leads, seller leads. Still didn't do anything with them. Now, when I first did this post and got these leads, it was around June of 2018. And then when I cleaned them up, it was probably like July or August of 2018. Still didn't do anything with the leads, did nothing. It wasn't until the first week of December of that year, 2018, I decided I was going to send a mailer. I was going to send a mailer. It was going to be a property flyer of what their home value was. And I had just gotten my calendars, like my holiday calendars I was going to send out. So I'm like, okay, what I'll do with these leads is I'll send them all my holiday calendar and send them an RPR flyer that tells them what their home value is with a little message from me, and they're going to love it. They're going to list with me. Well, as I was going through the process, drinking wine in the middle of the night over the TV, trying to handwrite these envelopes, I realized that 18 of these leads I had gotten in June that same year, it's now December, had just listed, were active listings, or were pending listings. And I was like, holy crap, that was actual business in there. Huh, neato. Well, I kind of screwed the pooch on that one, didn't I? So I realized, you know, there's real business in here, and I started generating leads with it. The other thing that I did is started converting the leads, because I started doing the things I was supposed to do. And then I also put my entire sphere and my entire database into kvCore. And that was super fun, because then I could see, you know, on my dashboard, on my activity dashboards, you know, everybody, what they were doing, what they were looking at. I could see, you know, Dwayne Johnson, who was like one of my first listing clients. I could see him looking at properties, you know, on the dashboard in kvCore. And I'm like, cool, Dwayne, hey, Dwayne, what are you looking at? Why are you looking at a property? You know, and it would help me keep in touch with them, because I could see what they were active on. And you know, and I felt like I was engaging them more. And so then I got all in with kvCore. So that's a little bit of my story. So my numbers say that 18% of the seller leads you get will list and sell their home within 6 months, if you receive that lead and if you go after it. Okay, so whether they list with you or not doesn't matter, they're going to list. Okay, so I hope that's encouraging to you. Alex Huffman, who was on the Agent Advisory Council with me, he didn't really teach kvCore too much. He just is an agent, and he's a solo agent, and he works on it. And and he does a minimum of $250 ad spend to generate leads. And he's very good at keeping his face inside that CRM and following up with those leads. And he reports that he is converting about $100,000 in GCI a year at least with his kvCore new leads that he's generating. So hopefully it gives you that picture, and maybe it gets you excited about actually starting to use kvCore. Based on what I've shared with you, what does that tell you about using kvCore? Let me break it down. The first thing I just want you to know is that there's real business that comes through kvCore, and that you're missing it, either because you're not following up, or you're not following strategies to get the new leads, or following strategies to convert old leads or your database. So that's what the problem is. A lot of agents just want leads to fall from the sky, or they think they're going to get their kvCore set up, and then they're just going to get all these leads just magically without doing anything. That can happen a little bit, but not a ton. All right. But you need to keep your pipeline full, and you've got to do those strategies to get those leads, right? You have to work diligently to follow up with your leads. You have to create a playbook for yourself that works for you based on the system you have. And this includes setting up your systems and having control over your own systems, and really and having control means you understand it and you are able to implement it, or delegate somebody to implement it, because you have the control and you understand it. Okay. You have to ask yourself if you even deserve leads. So what do I mean by that? Does your sphere of influence and the people, your past clients, do they know that you're a credible agent, that you're busy, that you are reputable, that you're working, that you're providing value to? They feel like you're providing value to them. So if that's true, then yes, you deserve leads. I mean, of course, everybody deserves leads, but think of me in 2018 when I got all these leads, 150 leads. Did I deserve those? I didn't do anything with them. I sat on them. Those 18 leads are still, you know, what the other 80 leads or whatever. And I have converted some of those since, but those were the ones that were the long incubation ones. I could have had the quicker term ones, and I just chose not to, essentially. You have to understand, this is important. You have to understand that kvCore is a tool to convert your leads in your database. It is not a lead source in itself. Okay, it's not like Zillow or realtor.com. Okay. It's a tool to get those leads that you can leverage, but it is not a lead source in itself. Here's a little tip that I want you to start practicing. 5 + 5 + 5. Choose 5 total lead sources that you might focus on to bring leads to you. And this could be like going out and about to, the coffee shop and the grocery store and your hair salon, or, getting your car fixed at the mechanic shop. Can be that kind of getting leads that way, agent generated. Referrals, maybe your referrals is from other people that are giving you referrals. That's a source. Your own networking in your community can be a source. Door knocking can be a source. Farming and door knocking can be a source. Realtor.com, Zillow, boosting and posting and sharing on Facebook and LinkedIn and Google, online sources. So find 5 sources that you will use to then add these leads or automatically add these leads to kvCore. And then find 5 ways you're going to follow up with your leads. What do I mean? Calling is a way. How often are you going to call? When are you going to call? Texting, video messaging, going to their door, mailing them things. Those are examples of how you're going to follow up with your leads. And then commit to work in your CRM 5 days a week for at least 15 minutes. Going in there, seeing all your new activity, responding to everybody, questions, seeing what people are doing, calling them up and tell them you're noticing that they're looking at things and see if they need anything, those types of things. So if you were going to do that, you need to understand converting these online leads, especially the strangers. It's going to be a long haul effort, and you're just going to have to deal with that. Some of these will be right now leads, but not as many as you want. Okay. But I think based on what I've told you, I hope that you can see how you can realistically convert one deal from your next 60 leads that you get in the next, that then they'll convert within 6 months. You get 60 leads, convert one deal out of it within the next 6 months. That is realistic if you're doing these things. And what I like to say is you be a messy cook. Don't wait. Yes, I want you to have your systems set up, and I want you to have systems in place, and I want you to control those systems and know how to work the systems. But you might not know the exact recipe, and you might not know everything yet, because you have to do it for the first time. I think about cooking, like I don't really know how to make an omelet, like in the way that you make it, like a thin eggs on the pan, and then you like easily fold it over so it all cooks. Like, I don't really know how to do that. I have an idea and I'm going to try it, but I'm not going to wait till I've done all the research first and totally set up my kitchen in order to cook the omelet. I'm just going to start cooking. Okay. Clean up as you go is my point. All right. To have success with lead generation and lead conversion, you must set up your kvCore with correct optimization. You must know the system and how it works and be highly trained, I think. Okay. Just like you're highly trained in writing contracts, just like you're highly trained in negotiating, just like you're highly trained in phone prospecting. This is another tool that you have that you need to add to your skill set. Okay, is working your CRM of choice. And then have processes in place, both automation type processes within your CRM, but also manual processes that you're going to implement for each lead. And then consistently perform daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly lead generation tactics to grow that database and that pipeline. So that's what you're going to have to do to have success. So it has taken me years to learn this, and you can benefit from my years of digging into kvCore so that you can have success sooner. And so this is my all new coaching program that I'm about to introduce you to. As you might know, I've always offered a setup. I mean, I think people started asking me, they see my YouTube videos, they started asking me, can you set up my kvCore? And I was like, no, just watch my YouTube videos. And I have videos on how to set yourself up. Take those. But agents were so persistent. I decided, okay, fine, I'll do some. I started doing some. And then I got so busy, I had to hire help. You guys, I have 11 employees now, 11. 4 of them are very experienced setup techs that only focus on kvCore setups only. Okay, and they've been with me for years. So I used to offer a setup, and I would just offer with the setup, just coaching for free and on-demand training for free forever. But I have to stop that. And so I decided I'm going to create a whole new coaching program in which I'm going to give you even more value than I was. So here's what you get if you work with me with all new coaching program. Some of you who are on here might be a part of my legacy program, which means you got your setup package in my program before. If you did have my old setup, I don't want you to worry anything. Nothing's changes for you yet. You're fine. But I'm just talking to the new people right now. So the first thing that you're going to get as a all new Presto coaching program student is a done for you website setup. This means we will make it turnkey. It does not mean that you don't have to learn how to use it. Okay, but we're going to do a custom edit of the website, optimize it for SEO and functionality. Our setup focuses on functionality and usability. We do freshen it up to make it look better, but we're not going to like totally change the template with amazing special code. I just want you to know that. We're not working on your semi-custom templates. We're freshening and beautifying, but we're focusing on the functionality of the thing. Okay. We do give you new background photos and that kind of thing. We're going to take your agent profile and just make sure all the settings are correct and you have a great agent profile that's complete and enhanced. We're going to make sure your MLS ID is correct and your system's pulling the right data, and that your contact info is all correct and your signature and your social media links are added. We're going to add up to 20 SEO service areas. This is search engine optimization SEO pages with keywords for you, and you can learn how to add more yourself, but we're going to do 20 for you to get you started. If you are with EXP or whatever brokerage you're at and you have your own careers link, we will add that for you. And if you're also with EXP and you're not in Canada, we're going to add your utility connect link and a mortgage calculator for you. Or if you are in Canada or want to use different links for custom pages, we'll add those for you. If we'll add a meet your agent custom page, especially if your bio is really long, or if you have an intro video that you want to add to your website, we do that for you. We'll add up to 10 market reports for the top 10 cities you serve as custom pages on your site. We'll add 2 blog posts to get you started. We often find issues with kvCore accounts as we're getting you set up, and so we submit support tickets on your behalf. Either if you're with EXP and it's a brokerage problem, we send that support ticket to the brokerage. If it's a kvCore problem specifically, we'll deal with kvCore and include you on those communications. We also, as part of the new program, you're going to be able to choose any custom widgets you want. So like featured areas, if you want on the front of your website to feature your top 6 cities or counties, or maybe you want to feature certain niches like waterfront homes, or you have a credit repair service that you want to send people to, or like you work with veterans and you want to really feature that. So custom widgets are, and I'll just give you an example to show you, because some people I lose them when I'm talking about widgets. So like on my website, these widgets here, new construction, waterfront properties, these aren't widgets that kvCore automatically has for you. Those we built ourselves and they link to where I want them to go. Another example would be featured areas. So this is not something that kvCore automatically has for you, but if you want to add that to you, we do that for you. It's part of this setup. Okay. All right. Where else am I here? I'm getting there. You're also going to get a custom newsletter template. So we're going to, inside your kvCore marketing autopilot where your email templates live, we're going to build you a couple of templates with a banner that we're going to customize for you with your picture and logo and tagline and colors. And then, you know, we're going to create an area where you can either add an image or a video each time before you send it. A little place where you can update your message every time you're getting ready to send it. Then we have some evergreen links. Evergreen links are like, you don't have to change them every time. So like instant home value link, you don't have to change that. It's always in the template. You know, your price range links or niche links, whatever you prefer. You won't have to change that every time. They'll just be in there. You know, market report subscription, the link will just be in there. So you have the evergreen links, you know, the buttons for them for your people to call, text, or email you will be in there. Your signature will be in there. Your social media links will be in there. And then you're just going to take that template and use it every time you want to send a newsletter with an update to your people. Template's already created for you and it's pretty. Okay. So that's what you get with the website setup part. You also get drip campaign installation. So with my old setup, there's about 8 campaigns we gave you, and now I can't count these many, these many campaigns. I don't know, it's like 15. All right, you know, buyer and seller campaigns, a lead revival campaign, a custom Facebook buyer campaign. These are all customized campaigns, by the way. A seller campaign for your seller to help you generate leads. So a sphere campaign for, that's customized for your sphere, an agent attraction campaign if you're with EXP, open house and close buyer client campaigns, FSBO text campaign, a 3x3 buyer lead campaign. This is where you'll be tasked to call the person 3 times. You'll be you'll send 3 text messages and 3 emails within the first 3 days. And this is, you know, these types of campaigns you'll be able to choose to use or not. An expired seller campaign, a home buyer credit education campaign, engaging seller campaign. It's just another alternate to the regular seller campaign. Additional seller campaigns that are for leads on Facebook, Nextdoor, and Google. And yes, we teach you how to leverage these campaigns so that you can use them. Okay. And then even how to build your own campaigns. All right. All right. You also get a lead generation launch kit. So we're going to create different types of squeeze pages for you and give them to you to use and give you the directions for where to start posting them just so you can start getting leads. Again, notice it's a lead generation launch kit. You're not purchasing leads with my program. You are enrolling in a program where we're going to give you the setup and the launch kit so that you can take that and use what we're training you to do and asking you to do to start generating the leads. Okay, so we're going to give you this launch kit and then teach you how to keep doing it and build your own squeeze pages and take it further and help you collaborate on your own ideas. Okay, and then finally, world-class training and coaching. Here's what you're going to get in the new program. A private Facebook group. This is your central hub for the coaching and resources and collaboration with myself, fellow students, and my staff. You're going to get the setup review course, which is about 3 hours. It includes an explanation of your kvCore setup, what we did for you, how you can start using kvCore right now, how you can start leveraging the tools we created for you. You're going to learn to leverage kvCore tools in general, how you can start lead generating and nurture your database, add your contacts, organize your contacts so that it all makes sense, how to manage those leads using the smart CRM, and how to customize and trigger your own campaign. You'll also get more training on how to customize your website. If you don't like something we did, or you want to add something or do more, you're going to have that training. If you want to add testimonials or more custom pages, you want to learn how to blog, all the training's in there. Okay. Then you're going to be able to come to my weekly live Q&A coaching calls. I have usually more than one a week, but at least one a week. So like this week, I had one Wednesday, I have one tomorrow, I have one Sunday. Okay, so at least one I'm promising. All right. And this is where you can come and ask me anything. If you're like, I have an idea for this, I have an idea, like I want to, you know, reach these kinds of people, these kinds of leads. I have an idea. I want a way to do that. I'm going to collaborate with you and help. These coaching sessions are small enough where you will get time to work one-on-one with me, although there'll be other people there, like, you know, but it'll be a small group, and you'll be able to get your questions answered. A lot of people tell me they feel like it's a one-on-one session because I take time with each question. I prioritize, or I follow up with, I point you in the right direction to get that training because I've already have a great training on it somewhere. But if you have something custom that we need to talk about, or a problem with your kvCore account that maybe I can help you lead you the right direction to solve your problem, that's where you can get me. And I think that's probably the most valuable part of this whole thing that I offer, is to be able to come and work with me directly. You also get VIP Achiever membership to the Sylvia System app. So I have a new app. It works for iOS, Apple, the web. It's full access to my best training that I keep adding to. So I even have not just everything on kvCore is already there, but I keep adding stuff for kvCore there. And I also have like Mentor in a Box. This is like, if you're like, well, how do I farm an area? I've got a training in there for that. You know, I'm a new agent. I really want to build my partner team, like my title company, my lenders, and how do I do that? I have a training in there, and I'm going to add more and more there. You're also going to get my exclusive on-demand training library, which includes my Genie in a Bottle training, which is, you know, a beginning to end training on everything you really need to do with kvCore, you know, blogging, creating custom pages, working with contacts, working with your sphere, editing your website settings. If we did something on your setup you don't like, you want to change, you know, whatever you want. That's all the basics. So all there for you. Then there's Summer Jam training, is kind of more advanced things. Like I have a new listing. I want to promote it. How can I use kvCore to promote it? I have 17 things you can do with kvCore and just digital marketing in general on Facebook, everything you can do to promote a listing and start generating leads. Okay. It's even works like if you're just promoting a listing because you're running somebody else's open house, you can do the same thing to promote the listing and get more leads for yourself. So those kinds of trainings, you know, modifying your own custom campaign, changing the logo that's on kvCore. Like you don't like the main EXP logo, you want it to be black, or you are with a different brokerage and you want to use a different version of the logo other than they have, I teach you how to change it. That's all in Summer Jam. And then in Xanadu, my Xanadu training, that's a whole lead generation, lead conversion workshop. Everything you want to know about sharing to Facebook groups to get leads, you know, what paid lead resources work best, how to create squeeze pages, what the hell is a squeeze page, and how do you boost it in the most simple, easiest way possible for little to no cost to get leads. Okay, so you're going to get all of that. You're also going to get some of my other great classes, my top 5 free marketing strategies for realtors that I think is an essential training, actually. 5 tips for using video with kvCore and beyond. And then you're also going to get free access to all of my other coaching programs, including kvCore Blast Off, which is a newer program that's focused on beginners, like people who like, I don't know what behavior automation is. I want to understand that. I don't know, you know, how a campaign gets triggered. I don't know what a hashtag is. So I'm focusing on all the beginners. And that includes, that kvCore Blast Off includes weekly coaching as well. So you get another coaching call to just ask the basics if you want it. kvCore Happy Hour, I've been offering free for years. It's now a paid subscription program. You can also come to that. That makes kvCore fun, and it makes Mondays fun. I do it at 5 p.m. Eastern, and it's happy hour. And that's fun. It's happy hour in Michigan anyway, 5 o'clock Monday. And it's usually a 1 to 2 hour workshop where we take a deep dive into kvCore like topics and really talk about, you know, working with leads and selling real estate and marketing ideas. We go really big and deep in that program. So that's another coaching call you would have access to. So that's what you're going to get with this program. How much do you think that's worth to you? I'm curious. It's $199 a month. Okay, that's how much it is. $199 a month. It is a 1-year program. And you're going to have access to everything. And we're going to set you up. And you're going to have access to all my coaching, all of my training, all of my resources, and really up to 3 coaching calls a week if you take part in everything. maybe more. It just depends. Because like this week, I had one for kvCore Blast Off, one for kvCore Happy Hour, that's 2, and then 3 more for just the coaching calls. That's 5 coaching calls this week that you have access to, that you can ask questions and ask me anything. So I hope that sounds good to you, and I hope you think it's worth it. If you want to start today, I'm going to put the link in here that you can get started. Boom. And then there's just other options. So they say, well, Sylvia, that's great. I don't want to do that. Like, I don't need your setup, and I don't need all of that on-demand training, and I don't need extra coaching that's in small groups, because that's what you get with Presto, small groups coaching. If you're okay with larger groups coaching and you don't want to set up and you want to DIY everything, and you just want to go deeper with kvCore only, there is kvCore Happy Hour. And this is $99 a month. And I'm going to put this in the chat and tell you what you get. Okay. Yes, all of my coaching sessions are recorded and available on the private Facebook page and in the on-demand training. So again, if you get the Presto coaching program, which is more intimate, more involved, a more commitment, then you're going to get kvCore Happy Hour free with it. But if you don't do the coaching program and you just want to be able to come to kvCore Happy Hour, it is $99 a month. You can cancel at any time. There's no contracts. We're not going to do a setup for you. Okay. But you're going to get weekly live coaching. You're going to get VIP Achiever status on the app. You're going to get a different private Facebook group to collaborate and get resources. You're going to get kvCore Blast Off for free. You're going to be invited to exclusive events that I do. You'll be the first to know. And then you'll be invited to weekly challenges to get you going with stuff. So this is for the fun people that love deep diving, that really want collaboration, and any kind of cocktail, virgin cocktails included. Okay. All right. So that's that. And maybe you're like, no, I don't want any of that. I don't want kvCore Happy Hour. I don't want, setup. I don't want coaching to that level, but I do want to learn how to use kvCore a little bit. I just want to dip my toes in. I'm not ready for all of you, Sylvia. You're a little much for me. I just want to start simple. If that's you, now remember, you can get kvCore Blast Off. Now, kvCore Blast Off is included in kvCore Happy Hour at this time. And eventually, I'm not going to even offer this as a standalone product, but right now it still is. For $99 one-time fee, you can take this coaching program. It's 4 coaching calls, just going over just very tiny basics. You get 3 hours of on-demand training. You get a Facebook group just to get your toes wet. Okay. Again, if you're a kvCore Happy Hour, you get this free. If you're in my Presto coaching program, you get this free, and it includes, a coaching call every week for 4 weeks. And then I rotate it every month. Will there be the setup? When we do the setup for you, we're optimizing your website so that, yes, you can create any ads you want out there and bring them to your website. And we're going to teach you how to use it. And you can use the squeeze page links we created for you to use for your ads if you want to, or you can take advantage of the training to learn how to do your own. But yes, now your website and your setup and your campaigns and your systems is ready for that. No, Nina, I do not have an option just for the setup. I understand. I've thought about it. The reason that I don't want to do it is because what happens is people that choose not to take my training, that's showing me that they don't want to learn it. And so if they don't want to learn it and they don't want to take time to participate in my training and come to my live coaching and take my on-demand training, it's not worth it, because there's so much we do in your setup that you're going to have to learn how to use. So you're going to need that. All right. So I'm not going to work with people that don't want to work with me. If you want just a setup, You can find somebody to do a setup for you. It's not going to be the same caliber of what I offer. I know that. I've seen other people's setups and they just don't match anything that we do in any way. You just can't, they just don't match. So I'm not going to offer that. That's my current decision. I'm not going to offer that. I want people who want to learn, who want to engage with me, that really want to take their business to a whole new level. I'm not just going to be a setup tech for you. It's not my goal in life. I will say the other thing I was going to share with you is my resources guide. If you want to just DIY it, I have tons of training. So I'm going to hit this copy this link and put it in here as well. Okay. And, you know, I've got like, look, how to set up your kvCore from start to finish. This is my training. I think it's about 1.5 hours long. It'll, you know, if you follow this training, it's probably going to take you about 6 hours or so. That's what some agents have reported to me when I see agents at events. They're like, hey, I did your training. It took me about 6 hours to do it myself. You know, so we're going to, you know, but what I teach you is not everything that we actually do for your setup when we're doing it. It's going to give you something stronger than anything else that you can get out there, but it's not going to be as strong as actually having us do it, having us work with you. But there's all these free things on here you can take advantage of. Okay. I want to show you those that have stuck around. I'm going to answer a couple more questions, but I want to show you a couple videos. I was in Cabo. What happens when I go to events is people come up to me and say, oh my gosh, you helped me so much. And I'm like, will you tell me your story? And I remembered to ask 3 of them.
So my name is Kim Renshaw. I am from Aurora Grande, Pismo Beach area on the central coast of California. I've been a licensed realtor for 18 years. And the reason that I signed up, and why you should too, for Sylvia System is because it is like right out of the box. Like kvCore is amazing, but when you add Sylvia System with kvCore, it makes it just like seamless. So people start coming in to your website and they automatically get tagged. They automatically get set up on their follow-up campaigns. You can see everything that's going on in there. She's got amazing templates. I'm just starting to use the template for the monthly campaign, and they're beautiful. They're beautiful. They've got the headers, they've got all the links for your socials, they've got, it's like this beautiful template with all the links for into your MLS for the
different price ranges.
Yeah, the different price
So
ranges.
it's your custom newsletter template. You're sending like a weekly or monthly email newsletter from. Very nice.
And then you can customize the different sections within that. You can also put videos. So I do a lot of community stuff. So like in the lower left, I'm going to start putting little videos for like my adopted road cleanup, where I do like adopted pet videos for the animal shelter that's local. So it's customizable, but it's got all the good stuff in there that you already set up, and then I can just customize it based on the different activities that I have.
Your own niche.
Yeah, my niche, which is homes on acreage and luxury.
Sean Langston from Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm so excited to be here at this EXP conference and overly excited to meet my online friend, Sylvia Dana. Like, she's changed the game for myself and my team through something that you guys might not know about, but kvCore CRM system.
Nice.
Like, anybody that's been around real estate knows that you gotta have a powerful database and you gotta know how to use the database, right? And so Sylvia is a guru around this. Like, somebody such as myself that don't know anything about technology, she's made it super simple for me, and we've been able to get leads on a regular basis. As a matter of fact, you know, I'm not even in production, but I get leads and I give them to my team members, and we're averaging about 60 leads a month right now. And so if we turned it up a little bit, we probably could average more.
You actually tried hard.
Yes, if we tried harder, but I love what Sylvia is doing. Her program is super easy. She's always accessible, has different training at different times. Like, I mean, it's amazing. So it's been a truly, truly, truly a blessing to me and my business.
Hey everybody, my name is Celeste Barr. I am actually out of the Chicago area, the northwest suburbs, And I started watching Sylvia Dana doing her kvCore tutorials, and I have become an addict. How it's changing my business is I was in business at EXP for an entire year before I actually started looking at this kvCore. I have learned so many wonderful nuggets. Sylvia is teaching in step-by-step common sense methods how you can improve your business down to the basics. And I highly recommend, if you haven't opened up your YouTube and pulled her name up, just start. Find Sylvia Dana on YouTube and just learn. You're going to change your business like I have.